Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Jessica Rose's naming ceremony. Say hi, Jessica Rose.
Hello.
My name is Raina Chandler and I'm a civil celebrant. I've been asked here today to orchestrate this special occasion on behalf of John and Sue. Again, on behalf of John and Sue, I would like to thank you all for your attendance. This is a very special day for them. They are not only conducting the naming of beautiful Jessica Rose here, they are also taking the opportunity to unify their whole family and celebrate each and every single member of this family unit. This means that a very special mention goes out to Nicholas, Madeline and Joshua. All three of you play an equally important role in this family, and John and Sue feel so very special to have 4 beautiful children amongst them. Now, what is a naming ceremony? In other faiths and religions, they use certain traditions and rituals to help select the name given to the child, usually with the assistance of religious beings. Different naming or birthright passages initiate the child into the chosen religion and set them on the parent's chosen religious path. It is about the child. However, a naming does not have to be about religion. It is about the child who has entered into life here on earth. It is about the child's place in this world, their place in their family, and their own individual identity as they continue to grow, develop, and mould into the person that they will become. This is the type of naming ceremony we will have here today. We'll be welcoming Jessica Rose into the world and celebrating her first year of life. She's already had one year here on this earth, and we'll wish her well for her many more to come. We'll also be taking the time to celebrate the reason Jessica is here, because of her parents, John and Sue. We will also celebrate Jessica's place in her family, along with her siblings, Nicholas, Madeline, and Joshua. Whilst Jessica exists alone, she also exists as part of a family unit, and it is very important we acknowledge every piece of this family unit as together they make a whole. As we stand here celebrating today, we have 2 very special people to thank, John and Sue. It is their love that has come together and manifested to create the gorgeous Jessica. John and Sue describe Jessica as their love baby, their physical representation of how they feel for each other. Now, it took John and Sue a little bit longer to find each other. As John and Sue like to say, they got sidetracked on their journey of love. However, from these sidetracks came 3 absolute prizes: Nicholas, Madeline, and Joshua. These 3 children played an integral part in John and Sue's life, and ultimately Jessica's story. Would you like to say hello, Jessica?
Hello.
Hello. It was at Coogin Primary School where John and Sue met, thanks to Nicholas and Madeline, who both attended. Both coming out of tumultuous relationships, John and Sue that is, neither of them were looking for love. However, they say that's when you'll find it, when and where you least expect it. It started out as innocent fun until feelings grew and developed and blossomed, and John and Sue soon realised that they were what each other had been missing for all those years. After courting, engagement and marriage, John and Sue were ready to take the next step. Whilst they were already parents and had a beautiful blended family with children who they loved dearly, they decided one more child would complete the final piece of the puzzle. It would make their family an even number of 6 and their children a balanced number of 4, and Jessica was the piece to complete that puzzle. The name Jessica is from Hebrew descent. It means God beholds, which translates into gift or rich, and that is exactly how John and Sue felt when they welcomed Jessica into this world. Absolutely blessed with a gift from God, and rich with love for each other, for their new beautiful girl, and for their 3 other children, as now their family unit felt whole. Jessica's second name is Rose. It's a tribute to Sue's late mother. Family is very important to John and Sue, and Nana Rose, Sue's mother, holds a very special place in both of their hearts. It meant the world to John and Sue, and Sue's father, Paul, to provide this tribute to Rose. It is strongly believed that Jessica has encompassed some of Rose's greatest tributes. She loves the outdoors, is intrigued by all things beautiful, such as butterflies, flowers, and birds. Jessica also has strikingly blue eyes, just like her Nana Rose. Would you like to say hello? Hello. 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 Hello, Jessica Rose. We're all here for you today. Jessica is a combination of all those that love her, whilst also being her own very true individual person. She has intense facial expressions like her mother Sue, a cheeky grin and sense of mischief like her father John. Jessica can be stubborn and independent like her brother Nicholas. She loves music and dancing like her sister Madeline. And last but not least, a squeal of joy and passion for life reminds John and Sue so much of brother Joshua, especially in his younger years. Jessica was a beautiful addition to the Smith family. She reflects each of her family members in some way, shape or form, whilst also being an individual, quirky character. She was the final piece of the puzzle and the glue that will hold them all together. It is very important to John and Sue that their other 3 children also feel loved, respected and valued within the family. It was an integral part of today's ceremony, that it not just be about the naming of Jessica, however, the blending of the whole family. Today, I'm going to conduct a candle lighting ceremony. Each family member will take their own candle, which represents themselves. They're each an own individual unit within the family. Each individual will light their candle from Jessica Rose's candle, which you already see lit here today. And then together they will aid in the lighting of the larger candle, the larger centre family candle. The act of this ceremony symbolises that they exist alone, that they also exist together in a much stronger, brighter, combined unit as a family. The lighting of the candle has many spiritual meanings. Jessica's light is already lit, as she's been with us in this world for a year now. The lighting shining from her candle today represents the light of her life. To collectively light a candle represents the sharing and fellowship of love. It represents the unit and connection of the individuals within this family. So, I'll now ask you to pass Jessica to Paul. I ask John, Sue, Nicholas and Madeline to take their candle. They will light their candle from Jessica's candle, which represents love and light and oneness. As you light your candle from Jessica's, please take the time to bestow a blessing upon Jessica Rose. Then as a family unit, you will light the unity candle together, binding you together as a family. lights are for you, Jessica Rose. Each candle's flame represents your lives before this day, individual, unique, and special. Please take the candle symbolising your life before today, and together light the centre candle to symbolise the union of your individual lives. Each flame will help make the family even brighter and stronger. As you light this candle today, may the brightness of the flame shine throughout your lives. May it give you courage and reassurance in darkness, warmth in safety and cold, and strength and joy in your bodies, minds and spirits. May your family be forever blessed. John and Sue feel absolutely blessed to have Jessica in their lives, and this is the same way they feel about all of their children. John has chosen a poem he would like to read out. This is dedicated to not only Jessica, but also Nicholas, Madeline, and Joshua.
Hello.
John, if you'd like to come forward and read your poem. It is titled From Dad by Richard Bruges.
I never thought I could love someone the way that I love you. I'm completely fascinated with everything you do. I don't regret a moment with you, whether good or bad. You have made my life complete, the best life a guy could have. You might not ever notice everything I do, but everything I'm doing is for no one else but you. Yeah. My goal in life is simple. It's to be your father first, to protect, defend and love you when you are at your worst. I know when you grow older, you won't want me anymore. If you ever need me though, I'll be waiting at the door. Promise you will come to me with any problem that you have. I'll always be right here for you. I love you all. Love, Dad.
That was beautiful, John. Now, John and Sue, I have some questions for you both. Do you promise to love, guide, protect, and provide for Jessica so that she can live a happy, loving life?
We do.
Do you promise to teach Jessica right from wrong, good from bad, so she can live a conscious, giving life?
We do.
We do.
Please repeat after me.
We promise to cherish and nurture Jessica through her life.
We promise to love and guide Jessica
We promise to love and guide Jessica
and support decisions which she makes.
and to support the decisions that she makes.
You can have a go.
We promise to do our best to raise Jessica.
We promise to do
Do
our
our
best to raise Jessica.
To undertake a giving, loving life of her own.
To undertake a giving, loving life of her own.
We promise to be the best parents we can be.
We promise to be the best parents we can be.
With this, I would like you both to sign off on your declarations and promises to Jessica Rose for life. I present you with this certificate for naming of Jessica Rose that you may keep and cherish as you will keep and cherish Jessica.
That's yours.
Now, John and Sue have not chosen godparents for their Jessica Rose today. They know she is surrounded by absolute love from her immediate family and her grandparents. Today, John and Sue would like to ask their other 3 children, Nicholas, Madeline, and Joshua, to give their blessings to Jessica and promise to love and guide her through this world. Now, Nicholas, Madeline, and Joshua, I have a question for you. Do you agree to love your little sister unconditionally, to protect and care for her on her journey through life? Do you promise to make her laugh, especially when she cries? Do you promise to make her laugh, especially when she cries? And most importantly, do you accept her into your family to be your little sister?
We do. We do.
We do.
I have a certificate here for the 3 of you, committing you to what you have promised here today, to be loving, supportive, and protective older siblings.
Nicholas, Madeline, and Joshua.
The role of grandparent is a very important one. They act as role models to their grandchildren, how to act and what to aspire for. They also spoil and love their grandchildren unconditionally. Jessica's grandfather, Paul, has some words he would like to say on behalf of himself and his late wife, Rose. It is titled The Perfect Little Girl by JJ.
When God was making our granddaughter, he thought, what can I do to create a perfect little girl to make Grandma's dreams come true? He started with cute and healthy, then added extra smarts, then threw in lots of giggles to lighten up our hearts. He made her eyes a great big blue and put extra twinkles there, then stroked her skin with angel dust to make it soft and fair. He made her brave and made her strong, so she could last forever, and made her big enough to share, so everyone could treasure. It's been 1 whole year since God sent you, and I'm thankful every day that he heard the prayer from Grandma's and sent the perfect little girl our way. Thank you, Jessica.
Paul, I would also like to issue you a certificate, you and Rose, a certificate on behalf of Jessica Rose. Today is not only about naming her, but deciding where she fits in the family. I believe she's a very blessed child to have a place in your heart and in your home. Please accept this certificate to acknowledge what great grandparents you are.
Jessica, would you like to give this to Granddad?
Thank Good girl. Thank you. You can have this one.
Where do you go?
Hello.
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 Hello. Very good.
Hey. Hey.
Okay.
Thank you for those beautiful words, Jessica Rose. It was lovely to hear from you today. Again.
Off you go.
Hey. Hey.
Hello.
Hey. Hey.
Great job. Today we have celebrated Jessica's life. One more go.
Some more words, Jessica.
Hey.
Hi, I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Hey.
Yes.
Hey.
It's lovely to have you here.
Hey. Hey. Hey.
You're doing very well.
Hey.
Alright, you can keep that one.
Hey. Hey.
celebrated Jessica's life and wished her well for the future. We have celebrated the Smith family as a whole and all they wished for each other. Jessica's parents have confessed their love and commitment to the raising of Jessica Rose. Jessica's siblings have promised to love and protect and guide Jessica. And Jessica's grandfather, Paul, has also promised to act as a role model and protect Jessica throughout her life. We have proven here today that Jessica is very loved. She has been Jessica Rose for a year now, and she will continue to be Jessica Rose for the rest of her days. I would like to formally present, name and honour the beautiful Jessica Rose. Let's have a round of applause.
It's like the cutest video. Yeah.
On behalf of John and Sue and all of the family, I would like to thank you all for your attendance today. It has been an absolute pleasure conducting this ceremony, and I wish Jessica Rose and her family all of the love, luck and happiness in the future.
Thank you so much.
It's so loud.
What is that?
Hey.
Hello.
Look at that. She's getting up.
Hey.
Hi.
Hi.
You're the star of the show.
Hey.
Hello. Lou. You got a beautiful voice.